Good morning, this is Bill from Audi Europa Naples, and today I've got a car for you, but I kind of felt like taking the long way in, so let's do that. We're going to walk through the sales office. You get a quick glimpse of Richard, the sales guy. There he is working away. Very crabby today, Richard is. Hey, Richard.
Hello.
Anyway, he's doing his thing. Nice and cool in here. It's kind of, we're having like a heat front, which absolutely sucks. You wait all year for good weather, and then the words you don't want to hear are heat front. Anyway, what I've got is this 2013 Audi Q7. And what I'm doing with this thing is I'm combining the video with a run to Publix. We're going to get some meat to grill. Now this thing is way too big for this little photo booth, so I'm scrunched up against the wall just to bring it all the way in. But you can see what a good looking piece this is. The Q7 was Audi's first foray into the SUV world. They just made a home run in terms of styling. The thing is so damn good looking. You know, I think they maybe went a little bit excessive on the LEDs up front. There's like 47 individual ones. You also got fog lights and xenon headlamps. Of course, the 4 interlocking rings of Auto Union. It's a quattro, so it's a, you know, terrific all-wheel drive system. Beautiful big wheels and tires on this thing. It's finished in white. I don't think this is pearl white. I think it's refrigerator white. And it's got a lovely gray cladding on the bottom. Just a very, very handsome car with a black inside, which is quite useful for an SUV. You know, frankly, when I was growing up, the idea of having a white car with black inside made it a police car, but times have changed and white and black is more of a thing. So anyway, this one's in fantastic shape all around, immaculate, lovely tinted windows, everything nice and proper. Just a fantastic truck. You know, if you will, it's not really a truck. These things just aren't anymore. You know, much more at home in the Whole Foods parking lot than, you know, making their way through the mountain passes. You can see it's a third row seat car, so the third row is nice and up, ready for any irritating kids in your neighborhood or family that you might have to cart around. Underneath these floor mats here, you get a little storage place. Underneath that, and I will show you, even though it's a bit of a pain, if I can get in there. Anyway, there it is. So you got a spare tire with the Bose subwoofer, so all pretty cool. But anyway, you got a lot of good cargo room back here. If you put those, I don't know, I don't have this thing in there properly now. There we go. You know, even with people in the back, you can stuff the groceries in there. If you fold those seats down, and even the seats in front of it, then it becomes, you know, stuff a general contractor could use. A big twice space there. All right, here in the back seats, beautiful rich leather, absolutely lovely. This thing does not appear to have been used as a family truckster. The seats are too nice, the carpet's too nice. There have never been any horrible little children, you know, beating the crap out of it. I think if we, I don't know if we can open that. All right, for some reason, I can't open the center thing. I don't know why. It's locked into place. Anyway, everything really nice back there. You'll be able to fold those seats up. If you need more cargo, you can stuff your Canadians in there. Everyone will be real happy. You also have nice wood trim with the titanium. That's very Mercedes-esque, actually. You can see the Bose sound. You got some cup holders there. You got, is that a real ashtray? Honest to God, real ashtray. Fascinating. So they're encouraging smoking in people again. Anyway, very nice stuff. If you want to get in the back, you can lift this guy. It's going to move that down. Actually, I've done that wrong. The back thing is where you can sort of wheel that whole assembly forward and give yourself access to the third row seats. But anyway, what are you going to do? Have a look under the hood and see what we got. Okay, so under here is a, that was this, a 3-liter V6 putting out about 280 horsepower. Audi just has great looking engines. I mean, look at this thing with the red, oh God, who's calling him? He's gonna have to wait. Anyway, great looking engines, absolutely stunning. The sort of love the red coil pack organizers there with the silver and black on top. Just looks great. Again, very peppy motor, lovely to drive, good mixture between fuel economy and power. Even with the 6, it manages to come up with like a 5,500 pound tow capacity with that quattro. So very useful thing all around. Yeah, you know, I mean, the V8's nice, there's no question, but the V6 is more than adequate in this piece. See up top, it's got that big pano roof, lovely, nice titanium looking cargo rails there. Okay, up front, lovely mixture of practicality, luxury, safety. You got these, you know, 14-way power seats with beautiful rich leather, again with the lovely door panels. You know, these cars look really good with black leather, and they really do. Just a nice combo. You got memory seats, you got folding mirrors, you got your windows there, you got a trunk release there. You can see, what is that, Bose? Yeah, it's got Bose sound, you got automatic headlamps, nice, and you know, just everything lovely. So let me get my garage door opener out and we'll go for a spin. All right, you know, I will say it's nice to have a air-conditioned car to get into. That up. Of course, it beeps at you. I'm going to start putting my seatbelt on before I get in the car. That way I don't have to endure the German death beeping. Fold the mirrors up. I think we do that this way. Yeah, there they go. Make it easier to get out of this tiny garage door. That Mustang, it's a friend of mine I'm selling that thing for. He's a car painter, and that was the first flat matte paint job he did. It looks fantastic, the quality of the paint, but God, I hate that car. Anyway, all right, so I'm going to fold the mirrors back. Sounds like we got our XM preview coming on. We got to find the volume knob. Let me get this garage door back down, and we'll keep going. Okay, so very nice sporty steering wheel. You've got multi-function stuff on it for the navigation. You go through different modes here. Let's see what we got. That's probably your center information display. Yeah, all very nice. You can do all the different, you know, telephone, radio, probably the nav, you name it. You've got kind of an odd teardrop-shaped cluster coming at each other. It's a very unique looking cluster. I've not seen it look like that in any other car. You can see the blue tint. That makes it easier to read sometimes. You got your tach, you got your water temp, you got your fuel, of course the information center in the middle. Here you got your, those aren't your headlights, they're over there. So what the hell are these? Must just be turn signals and high beams. God, that seems like a lot of information just for high beams. I mean, people know. The headlights are neat. You can have them on auto, so they'll always be on. Your parks, if you want to get front fogs, pull once, rear fog, pull twice. There's Big Jason, our mechanic, heading this way. Yeah, we'll go into Big J later. Anyway, here's Audi's information display. Their, I don't know, infotainment unit, whatever you want to call it. You can see we got satellite radio up there. It's also going to be our nav screen. Very nice. Reverse camera. Lovely with the parking sensors. You get these big vents here. I like the way Audi sort of builds everything into this. Here's something that's absolutely ridiculous. A push-button glove box release. I don't know why these companies, especially the Germans, need to keep reinventing glove boxes. Just put a latch there. Just put a latch. It's all people need. It's all they want. That just screams of something that's going to break. Anyway, you got your wood in the dash with the Quattro badge. Nice. Valet, if you're worried that the valet is going to take your Q7 and go drag racing, I guess you can put it in that mode and it'll make it safer. Keep the glove box locked and whatnot. You got a little multimedia thing here. I bet this is going to flip down. I'll try not to break it. It was better when I used to go through all these features before, so how the hell does that open? Oh, open. Again, okay, why not just a thing you push to open? A whole separate button. anyway, if you have cards, you can put them in there. This will eject the CDs. You've got dual side climate control over here. I've talked about the Audi controls before, how I'm not a giant fan of the way that the different buttons make it do different functions using the same controls. So you hit your heated seat. It's actually got, does that have cool seats as well? No, heated seat. There it is. So very nice. But then you go over to fan, and now it's doing the fan. You know what I mean? So it's all very, if you get it wrong, you get it wrong. And I just kind of like one dedicated knob for everything. I'm not a big fan of having, that fan's on 11, you know, one knob that controls 6 different features. It gets confusing to me. I'm an old guy. I'm starting to, you know, go a little bit mental, so trying to remember all that is irritating. But once you're used to it, you're used to it. You got a couple of 12-volt outlets there for charging. Your volume knob is down here, which is an odd place, but works well. You've got all this direct access stuff for your Bluetooth, so I'm not going to get that with the camera on. Let's see. Yeah, so if you want to hook up your Bluetooth, you do that. Here's some kind of vehicle menu. You can scroll through your navigation, radio, tone, car settings. You know, you can play around with all that, get it how you want it. Direct access for the nav. Let me go into Tell again. So let me find something actually that... Okay, so here you see on the screen, presets, functions, band, over in those corners. Now that's going to correlate to these guys. So I press this, now I'm in my presets. I press this, now I'm in functions. There's a logic to it, but only if you're a semi-intelligent person, which I am not. And I very quickly, I'm going to figure out a way to screw that up. Anyway, you got a cup holder over here. You got a little second cup holder under a thing there. You got a place to put crap there. Up here you've got a beautiful big panoramic sunroof. So you press that once, the screen goes back. Nice. You can see there's another little fixed sunroof there for the rearmost seat passengers that has a screen you can pull. And then you can twist this guy and back goes the big sunroof, but it's too bright and hot for that now, so let's get all that back into place. One thing I like is that you can close the sunroof and the screen at the same time. Some companies would make you wait. Audi doesn't, so God bless them. All those back there, that's all cars getting ready, so we have a real backlog of cars still. The most frustrating things in this business is trying to get everything bought, fixed, and move forward. Alright, so away we go. I'm actually going to use this video as an excuse to run to Publix to get the meat for grilling. So not only have donuts become a entitlement thing on Fridays, but now we're doing cookouts as well, and people are putting in specific orders for types of meats. So, you know, forget the whole burger. I got one guy wants a T-bone, another guy wants chicken, some guy wants some kind of stupid rib thing where they're cut different, so they have little circles in them. I mean, for the love of God, they're just, you know what they're going to get are burgers only, and they're going to like it. Anyway, back to the car. So, you know, big 7-passenger SUV, full size, but not obnoxious. You know, this thing really has a manageable feel to it while still being quite a, you know, full-size SUV. We'll try not to crash here. The steering is really precise and nice and light. It feels great. The motor, you can barely hear at all. Kind of just an imperceptible, well, if you hammer it, let's see. Yeah, you get a little bit, but you can still feel like you're a bit detached from it. It goes down the road super smooth. The tires are exceptional on this thing. What do we have for miles? 58,000 miles. If it had 15,000, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. It feels just that good. Well, anyway, there it is. So 2013 Audi Q7 Premium Plus. So you got all the nav and the sat and the cameras and stuff, the big pano roof. Nice color combo, clean car inside and out. If you need a big 7-passenger thing, which I have a debate with that on my sister all the time. I mean, you know, she wants to drive a school bus with fog lights, basically. I mean, why? Why? I mean, somehow the Europeans for years managed to raise even a horde of children without having, you know, these ridiculous giant vehicles. But You know, what do I know? This Q7's as big as I'd ever want to go. Anyway, I'll get into all that later. Thank you for having a look today. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you with the next one. Take care.